Hello everyone and welcome back to my Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and Let's Play. The last time we just did some base stuff. We were pretty based, talking to everyone. I just see Ferdinand in the distance, very good. And it looks like I did all the things off screen. I don't remember. Oh yeah, wait, never mind, I do remember, okay. So, I upgraded everything until the last thing, so that didn't make a sense. So, I upgraded like everything except for one because I got all the materials and I want to do that on screen. Because yes, I don't know if anything happens if you do that. But yeah, we're a facility champion and we have 114 facility effects, which is an odd number, but I'm not gonna complain. I don't get a reward yet. Oh well. Yeah, so continue support conversations available. Oh, that's actually... Oh yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I have played a little bit off screen and I remember that we still had Ferdinand and Hubert and stuff that this unlocked, but yes. Let's just go from the top. I want to save Purdy for last though, so... Because the best is always lost. So let's go.
So in the end, it seems we're no closer to unveiling the truth about your powers.
You can say that again. At this rate, the war will be over and done with by the time we make any headway.
That would admittedly be cause for celebration, at least. Your power, like that of a crest, is undoubtedly meant to be wielded as an instrument of war. And as the tides of battle recede, your chances of encountering a life or death situation grows slimmer and slimmer. Therefore, you'll be forced to use your power less and less often. And that's probably for the best.
Yeah!
True. The less reason to unleash this on the world, the better.
You know, they say even a hero's relic, wielded by its corresponding crest bearer, will still drain a portion of that person's life. It's reasonable to suspect your power could have a similar impact on both your body and mind.
Hey, you're starting to scare me here. Honestly, I was just planning on going back to being a regular old mercenary after the war ends. Can't really imagine life without a blade in my hand, you know?
I should have guessed. I imagine your expert services will be in high demand even once the conflict is over. In fact, Edelgard herself seemed keen on asking you to settle down in Imbar to support the Empire.
Really? Not that I'm not flattered, of course, but putting down roots isn't really my thing.
No, I suppose not. Though I have to admit, it would put my mind at ease to have you by my side once this is all over.
You want me by your side? Would you care to elaborate on that?
Consider the possibilities. A seemingly unarmed attendant who's able to produce a sword in the blink of an eye. It would be a great crime deterrent, don't you think? You prove quite handy on my travels.
Why would I be upset at him? I mean, Leonard, I know your intentions. I know you were, like, one of the few male, like, gay support options. I know what you're after.
I figured that's what you meant. A pure Linhardt answer if I've ever heard one. But how's that any different from a regular bodyguard? Seems like you could just hire one of those and be done with it.
Maybe so. But I don't want to be spending the rest of my life with a random bodyguard, do I?
Hold on. What?
Oh, well, look at the time. It seems I've forgotten an urgent matter I need to attend to. Bye for now.
He got embarrassed.
Wait, Linhardt! Come back!
He got embarrassed. Well. Leonard really is at the time of, yeah, I'm gonna confess, and then I'm gonna make a mad dash. It's fine, Leonard, it's fine. I got these two, huh? Huh. I don't even remember all the things I got, as per usual.
Hey, what's wrong? Something on your mind?
Kinda, yeah. Remember before when we were talking about my mom? The more I think about it, the more I'm realizing she really was a strange person.
What do you mean?
Exactly that. Everything about her was kinda just a mystery. I've spent hours trying to puzzle out how she might have ended up in that remote village, but I keep coming up empty. I mean, someone that smart is rare even in the biggest cities, right? She practically knew everything. Even using magic was a breeze for her.
She may not have talked much about her past, but can you think of anything she mentioned that could give you a clue? Maybe something about the people she knew, or unique things she owned.
If she did, it's not coming to me. She's been gone so long now. So, yeah, nothing really springs to mind. I don't even have any mementos to remember her by.
Then we'll just have to investigate. I'll help.
Investigate? As in, my mom? Where'd that come from?
Well, both of my parents died in an epidemic when me and my siblings were still very young. I still have some hazy memories of them. Food they used to make, that kind of stuff. But that's really all I have left. And since they were commoners, there's almost no record of them. All my searches came up empty. I know how much that hurts, so it's not hard for me to sympathize with what you're going through.
Huh.
Really, it's just so I can get my own closure. We don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Sure.
All right, I'm in. I'd love to learn some more about my mom. Okay then, how are we doing this thing?
The most sensible place to start would be talking to people who knew her.
I doubt anyone in the village really remembers her though. We weren't exactly the most social family.
Still, someone must have known her. It's impossible to stay completely unnoticed in those small mountain towns. It's entirely feasible one of the villagers can tell us something. Or, what about the village chief?
If anyone's gonna remember her, it's him. But for all I know, he could be dead by now too.
Then we'll just have to send a letter and find out. And if we never get a response because no one there can read, well, in that case, we can go ourselves.
Guess it's worth a shot. I feel kinda bad sending a messenger out that far, but we might as well see what happens.
Great. Now come on, let's get started on that letter.
Ace detectives on the move. Let's go. That was cute.
May I speak with you a moment?
Oh, yeah. I was just about to take a break. You need something?
Our relationship has been strained for a while, so I thought it was time to resolve our issues.
It has?
Yes, at least I felt that way ever since the incident.
The ghost incident? The history incident? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, we had this conversation about calling her young or something like that, but I don't remember. Oh no. I'm literally Phoenix.
Oh, you mean that time I found you hiding out and chowing down on some pastries? I didn't think anything about that, and I didn't tell anyone either.
No, not that. Well, yes, there was that, but there was another, more defining incident. Remember?
Are you talking about the time I treated you like a kid and you got all mad?
Yes, of course that's what I'm talking about.
That happened a long time ago. Has it really been eating at you ever since?
Well, I mean, I was unable to maintain my composure and got rather aggressive with you over trivial details. I kept telling myself that I had to apologize, but I could never bring myself to do it. But now, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to apologize too. I should have been more careful with what I said. Why does being called a kid upset you so much? If you don't think of yourself that way, then any comments of the kind should be like water off a duck's back.
Look, I'm a tiny bit younger than everyone else, and it doesn't help that I'm shorter too. Plus, I do have somewhat of a baby face.
Really? You don't look that young to me.
You don't think so?
Yeah, now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. And you act real mature too.
Oh no, I'm not really.
But most importantly, your skill at commanding troops puts all the real adults to shame.
The real adults.
Hold on. Real adults? So what you're saying is that I'm ultimately still just a child?
Ugh, crud. I misspoke. What I meant was...
There you go, making excuses again. Now I know exactly what you think of me.
This conversation's going sideways again, isn't it?
It would seem so. Though, I suppose forgiving you would be the mature thing to do.
Hey, there you go. See? You are a real grown-up, Lysithea.
Something about this still rubs me the wrong way, but... Oh, fine. I just ask that you keep treating me like the adult I am.
How old is she in this timeline? I mean, I know she was like... in Three Houses, she was like, I think... 16 or 15 pre-time skip. So I don't know. I don't remember how many years passed. Oops. Whoops.
Oh, hey, Happy. You sure like the outdoors, huh?
I guess you could say that. Probably because I grew up in a forest. Or maybe it's because I was forced to live in Abyss all that time.
Oh, that's right. You were at Garreg Mach too. I wasn't there for very long, but I never would have guessed there was a whole town hiding just below my feet.
Well, it was. I should know. What about you, though? What did you do before hopping into the mercenary business?
Before that? Oh, well, I lived with my mom in a village deep in the mountains. Feels like forever ago now. Oh, I call her my mom, but we weren't actually related. She was more like a foster parent.
So what was she like? I don't suppose she was interested in magical research, was she?
I don't know about research, but yeah, she knew how to use magic.
Interesting. How did you two end up living together?
I don't really know the details. I can't remember anything from before I was with her. Apparently I was a foundling. Sadly, finding a starving, abandoned child isn't that uncommon. But for her to take me in and raise me as her own, I think my mom was someone special.
Yeah, I guess. She was probably a good person.
Happy do be acting a bit sus.
Something on your mind, Happy?
I was just wondering why someone who could use magic was living in a remote mountain village.
You know, someone told me one time that she wasn't actually from there. But when I asked her about it, she just gave me this sad smile.
Very interesting.
Very sus.
Seriously, Happy, what's going on? Does it have something to do with my mom?
No, it's nothing. Sorry to bring it up. I was just letting my imagination get the better of me. Sorry if I upset you. Really.
It's alright. It is worrying, but...
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Besides, I'm sure you had your reasons, right? If you ever feel like talking about it, I'm always here.
Thanks. Just some old demons of mine.
Happens to the best of us. Don't sweat it. You want to head back and get something to eat?
Sure. Oh, and we can pick some berries on the way. I think I saw some a little bit ago.
What kind? After all my time in the mountains, I'm something of a berry expert myself.
Oh my god. He quoted the meme. He quoted the meme. Oh, I'm so close with both of them actually. I remember, I think I grinded some supports and was like using all of the Black Eagles. Whoops, this is not where I meant to go. And this is 30, and then we got her A support. Oh yeah, I think that I unlocked before that, never mind.
What is Talus plotting? Will the capital be alright? If another imposter...
Not the imposter.
Who's there?
Lady Edelgard? Is that you?
Bernadetta? What are you doing here at this hour?
Oh, well, I was maybe sort of hoping to hole up here for a while. This is one of my go-to spots when I want to be alone.
In that case, I apologize for intruding.
Oh, it's really not a big deal or anything. Lady Edelgard? Is everything alright? You seem, well, kind of down. If something's bothering you, I'd be happy to listen. If you don't mind talking to me, I mean.
Thank you, but I wouldn't know where to begin. Once the Emperor starts rattling off her many woes, you're likely to be trapped here forever.
Actually, that isn't what I meant.
Then, what did you mean?
Do you remember that time you told me how my curse was lifted? And then you started to say that yours was too? Well, I've been worried that curse has been eating away at you the way mine did with me. Is that why you're here all alone in the middle of the night?
I wasn't expecting you to see right through me quite so easily. But you're right. Something is eating at me. There is an enemy I thought I'd fought and beaten, which I believed freed me from my curse. Alas, that was wishful thinking. My enemy is still alive. And worse yet, he is not alone.
That sounds terrible. But I know how that feels. I've been struggling too. If I stay outside too long, I end up being seized by this panic that makes me want to hide away again. I guess I'm still learning how to deal with it.
That's how life is, Bernadetta. We all bear our scars, but the only thing we can do is keep going. The idea that nestling up to someone and being kind will make all of their pain disappear is nothing more than fantasy. That's simply not how such things work.
It's a mean old world, that's for sure.
But that's no reason to despair. After all, what are we fighting for but a world in which people are no longer left with scars like yours and mine? A world in which the people who wish to stand out can do so, while those who remain on the sidelines have their choice honored as well. That is the future we're building together.
Do you really think we can do it? Because if you do, I'm going to fight right alongside you, and then celebrate by locking myself in my room.
I'd say that's perfectly acceptable, so long as you've taken care of the things you need to do.
Aww, but doing things is the hard part. Stop being so difficult, world.
That was cute. I like that. Ding ding ding. Dim, dim, dim. Oh god. Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to this one, but it has to wait. Yeah, I shouldn't go on Ferdinand if I don't want to have the supports with Ferdinand yet. That makes sense.
There you are, Lynn.
Oh, Dorothea. How unusual. I didn't expect to see you in a place like this.
It's not unusual when I've been looking for you literally everywhere. You skipped out on the War Council meeting this morning and 80 was livid.
Yes, something came up that required pulling an all-nighter 2 nights in a row, so I had some sleep debts to repay.
Next time, maybe spare a thought for the person who'll get stuck having to track you down. We discussed important matters in the meeting, you know. There was some kind of accident and now we're experiencing a delay on supplies.
And now we need to ration our food? It's a pain, but these things happen. In the worst case, we're supposed to be considering ways to forage for food ourselves, right? I suppose I can handle it if we need to fish, but I'll have to pass on tromping through the fields and mountains to harvest wild... whatevers.
Wait, how do you know all this? You weren't even at the meeting, were you?
Because I had someone who attended take notes for me.
Wait, you had someone...
More importantly, you should go to Her Majesty and propose a review of our supply logistics. Considering our current position on the front lines, we should break up the transportation of provisions along multiple routes. It may cost a little more to split things up, but it'll allow us to avoid situations like this. Overall, it should provide many benefits, and the plan will be viable for use in future campaigns too.
Wow.
Dorothea?
This sort of thing really gets your brain going, huh? Still, I wish you'd just go to the meetings and share all of these opinions. People would be thrilled at your resourcefulness, you know.
Oh, I'm quite happy with things the way they are. Attending meetings would only add to my headaches.
You can only run from this for so long, Lynn. And sure, I'll propose what you asked me to. But I'm going to do so in your name.
Wait, are you serious?
Oh, very much so. I couldn't possibly take the credit for something you thought up, right?
I suppose that's fair. I can feel the headaches forming already.
Wow, Lina. I can't believe it. You have a good idea and you don't want to take credit for it. I cannot believe. Dorothea and Caspar.
So I think you might be a little off here, Caspar. The interpretation is more like this.
No kidding. Well, so then this part here would actually mean something like... Hey, are this and this the same? I think they connect to that one thing from before.
Nice one. So now you understand that part, right?
Whew, I really made some progress today.
Yes, you've been doing quite well. You used to only train your body, but lately you've been spending more time on your mind.
Kinda got a better opinion of me now, huh? I mean, no way did I become a genius in just 5 days, but this still isn't bad. You've been hitting the books a lot yourself lately. Wouldn't you rather be out on dates or something?
Not at all. I'm working very hard for the sake of our future. Also, studying together like this is sort of fun.
I get it. It's kinda like training. The more you do, the more you get out of it. But I also noticed that my training has gone better since I started this whole studying thing.
And perhaps having a partner is helping too? Still, it makes me kind of sad. We'd probably be studying together like this a lot more if the academy hadn't shut down.
I don't know about that. I mean, if we hadn't ended up in this war, would I have found a reason to study like this? Honestly, I kinda doubt it.
Caspar, whatever's bothering you, you're not going to solve it by muttering to yourself.
Yeah, you caught me. Up until Edelgard decided she was going to fight, I didn't know much of anything. Not about the evil guys who came into the Empire, and not about the problems in Fódlan. Not saying I fully understand that stuff now, either, but at least I want to try.
Seeing you now is like looking at an adorable baby brother. I just want to pinch your cheeks and cheer you on with everything I've got.
Okay. I mean, sure, I'm the second son and you're older than me, but...
Perfect. Then go ahead and start thinking of me as your big sister.
You know what? I actually don't mind that.
Okay.
Well then, just keep watching me grow, big sis.
I thought you'd just laugh that off. With the passing of 5 sunrises and 5 sunsets, even a boy can burgeon into an impressive man.
What? Is that another part of Francis's story?
Oh, that's my little secret. Still, whatever am I to do now? Let's just continue bringing the best out of each other, for the sake of our post-war future.
Our meaning... never mind. I'm with you. Let's keep giving it our all together, Dorothea.
Okay. I like how clueless Caspar is. But that's just him. I mean, he got a big sis now, so that's good. That was cute. I like these A supports. They're very cute. Oh, that's interesting. I'm looking forward to this one.
We lost him. Split up and search, boys. Don't let him get away.
What is that guy's neck? I'm sorry. I'm just staring at the sprite and I don't understand it. The portrait, I should say, not sprite. I don't. The perspective is like weirding me out. Oh no.
They really are a persistent pack of scoundrels.
Someone shot me!
Yuri, over here! I think we're good. They won't chase us this far. Looks like I was just in time. Are you hurt?
So long as my face is fine, the rest of me doesn't matter. That's the real moneymaker, you know. And I appreciate the save, by the way.
You never change. Anyway, care to tell me why those thugs were after you?
Oh, just a little disagreement among businessmen. Happens all the time.
This is exactly why I said you had to find a different way to make money.
If you're going to lecture me, I'd prefer the arrow you gave my friend back there. Also, if you disagree with my methods, why save me in the first place? You could have left me to reap the consequences of my actions and had one less villain in the world.
I'm not lecturing you because I think you're a villain. I've no right to call you evil anyway. I just don't want to see you endanger yourself.
Sometimes the only way to get anything done is by putting yourself in harm's way. You should know. Or I suppose you've forgotten what it's like to wallow in the mud with the rest of us.
Trust me, I know. I can't forget the past no matter how hard I try. But I still think what you're doing is wrong. Not only are you hurting other people, you're disregarding your own well-being.
I chose this life of my own accord, and I take pride in what I do. If I get hurt in the process, that's just part of the deal. And if I'm caught and the townspeople hurl stones and fruit as I march to my execution, I'll still die with a smile on my face because...
Okay, enough! This is the reason why I can't keep letting you do this! You want to protect the people important to you, right? Well, I want to make sure you don't end up dead and covered in rotting fruit! So if you still insist on being a reckless fool, I'm going to protect you anyway!
Even though it means siding with a filthy villain?
I'm not about to help you commit crimes. And if it looks like you're going to hurt someone, I'll do everything in my power to stop you. I just want to save my friend, okay?
I truly don't get you sometimes. Also, can't believe I'm going to fall for a cornball line like that.
Did you say something, Yuri?
Nothing. Forget
it. Oh no. What? They do work together, kinda. I'm just saying, like, that's not a bad pair. I should stop. Okay. Lame support first. Leonie. Leonie.
Well, you are looking robust today. Let us get that coat of yours glowing, shall we?
Hey, Ferdinand.
Hello, Leonie. Have you some need of me?
I did a little detective work and learned something. You're the weird one.
I fear I do not take your meaning. How exactly am I weird?
You're a noble who delights in cleaning out stables and maintaining filthy equipment. And among the Imperial nobles, you're the only one who does those kinds of things when it's not your specific responsibility. Which means I was right. Empire and Alliance nobles are all the same.
I think I understand what you're trying to say. Certainly among those you investigated, I am the only one who puts such ideas into action. But that is, if you would forgive me, a surface-level assessment. The reality beating at the heart of the matter is quite different indeed.
Okay, what does that mean?
True nobles think as I do, inside their heads. It just so happens that I am the only one who turned thought into deed on this particular occasion. So if you believe those actions to be strange, you are saying the thoughts of all of them are strange as well. Which means you find all nobles of the world, myself among them, to be strange.
Are you trying to confuse me? Because it's working. How do you reach a conclusion like that? I'm telling you, you're the only weird one.
Nah, not 30.
We appear to be arguing past one another.
Seems like it, but I'm still right.
Then I am left with no choice but to make you understand that I am the right sort of noble.
And I'll have to make you understand there aren't actually any other nobles like you.
Goodness, whatever is the matter with me? It is out of character for me to be so obstinate. An understanding like this ought never be forced upon a person. My behavior was ill-befitting a noble, Leonie. Please, allow me to apologize.
Nah, I got pretty heated there myself. At the end of the day, you're taking charge and being helpful, and that's what counts. It doesn't really matter if other nobles would ultimately do the same thing or not. So, sorry.
You must think nothing of it. However, I believe a thought has just come to me. Ultimately, the problem is not me. It is that you mistrust the nobility as a whole. That being the case, I must redouble my efforts to put my philosophy into action, so as to make others of my stature understand the correct way of things. I am certain this will rid us of the selfish sort of nobles you imagine to be lurking around every corner.
Wait, I mean, that'd be pretty great, but if nobles start taking the initiative to work and stop looking down on commoners, doesn't that just make them commoners?
It's fine. Oh my god, he's... Ferdy is so precious. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, I know he is having a little bit of trouble with Edelgard's vision of like, basically not having nobility anymore or whatever, or like not really noble families or whatever. Like he is having a little bit of trouble with that because he really believes in the nobility. But like, honestly, I think he would do fine as a quote-unquote commoner. I mean, as Leonie said, if he just does everything a commoner does, then it shouldn't be too difficult for him to actually like be a commoner. So I think he will be fine. Whatever Edelgard's rule will be, he'll be fine. I don't know in what order I want to go. Let's just go with me first. And yes, we're still doing all of these in this part.
Perhaps I will ask Edelgard to handle this matter. As for this one, it seems as though I have no choice but to do it myself. If only I could spare the time. Hey, Ferdinand. You should probably think about getting some sleep.
Sleep.
That's an order, actually, from Hubert. But I agree with him.
Of course it's an order from Hubert. Of course.
My apologies. My list of responsibilities has grown rather unwieldy of late. Exhausted as I may be, I will be done here shortly. You need not fret. Ferdinand, come on. I thought you were supposed to be giving everything your all. If you're really that tired, how are you going to be in any shape for what's coming tomorrow? Go on and give your all to a good night's sleep. Yes, you are right. How could I, of all people, not realize the error in my ways? I shall take that to heart.
Yeah, let's stick around.
Glad to hear you're coming around. Oh, and finish fast, okay? Here, I'll even help. I don't want to go to bed just to find out you stayed up all night working. Let me just... Wait. What's up? Never mind. Thank you for the concern. I will be sure to convey my gratitude to Hubert later as well.
Yes.
Don't forget. He's really worried about you, you know? Is he now? Usually he finds any occasion to criticize me. Same here. Is that so? Dear, I thought he had taken a shine to you. If he has, he sure doesn't show it. Before I forget, what would you think about coordinating our schedules tomorrow? I've been so absorbed in my work of late, I've scarcely had the chance to spend time together. I have been pouring all of my effort into rising early, training, eating, and in the process, I have neglected our friendship. As fellow advocates of giving one's all to all of life's pursuits, I say we work together to draw out each other's dormant potential.
Yeah, that... You know what? That sounds awesome.
Works for me. My schedule's pretty light these days. It'll be good to spend some time together, but just so we're clear, we are not on the same page with this whole giving our all thing.
Details.
Splendid! This should serve as all the motivation I need to continue pressing onward undaunted. And with that settled, I believe it is time for us to devote ourselves fully to a tranquil slumber. Come, our lump-riddled camp beds await our zealous efforts. Okay, this time you are joking, right? It's seriously impossible to tell with you sometimes.
He's just... I really like Ferdinand, okay? He's precious. Like... I just can't get over the fact that in the last support conversations we were like, yeah, Hubert is very worried about you. Of course he is, but like, why are we talking about this in my support conversation?
You're in better spirits than I expected. You look at least 2 shades less pale than you did after the battle at Fort Merceus.
Oh, but your majesty does enjoy telling it like it is. Would it be the end of you to show a little compassion? No. Then you would just be pitying me. I do not know which is worse. Regardless, I am well. Thank you for noticing. Ask of me what you will, and I shall see it done.
I don't need anything from you, Ferdinand. Or at least not in that way. Just give me your usual effort, And that should be enough to get us through the upcoming battle.
You can count on me. Point me at a foe, and I will dispatch them with all haste. I cannot afford to die now. Or my page in the history books will end in a most horrid fashion. Plagued by the guilt of striking down his father, Ferdinand welcomed the cold embrace of death on the battlefield. Or some such hogwash. Yes, I killed my father. And I would be a liar if I said it did not wound me nearly beyond reckoning. But I will not hate myself for it. It was the correct choice. I did the right thing.
Well, don't feel too bad. Imagine what they would write about me if we lose this war. Despite her futile attempts to wrest power from the Prime Minister, the Emperor's people turned against her and her life ended in abject failure. The end.
I like the accent.
I know exactly what the world would say of me, which is why I have no intention of losing.
I will not permit such a thing to happen. If ever my life were to be weighed against yours, I would gladly perish in ignominy if it meant keeping you alive and well. What? Did I say something amusing?
No, it's just... You're so strong, so proud. If all the world's nobles were like you, there would be no need to dismantle the aristocracy. That's all. I know it's a futile thought.
Nothing is futile. Though even I must admit it seems to be so, given the circumstances. Still, you vastly underestimate the potential of the aristocracy. For generations, our ancestors worked hand in hand, sharing knowledge and wisdom to administer our great land and ensure it was well protected. They acquired knowledge of the region and developed good policies to rule it. And in doing so, they earned the trust of the people. We cannot throw away everything they have built. It would be folly.
Of course not. What do you take me for? I'm dismantling the aristocracy, not their legacy. The common folk will take up the torch and carry on.
Do you believe they are ready? No matter how gifted they may be, they are only commoners. In order to replace the nobility, they need to be educated. Wait a moment. I see your plan now. You intend to establish a school. One that is not merely for nobles and wealthy merchant children, like the Officers' Academy once was. A school where anyone can enroll, regardless of wealth or standing, and get an education rivaling that of any noble.
Ferdinand? I cannot begin to guess where that idea sprung from. But this is exactly why I need you beside me as we shape the future of Adrestia.
You mean to say that you did not actually... So I was... Well, it is nice to be needed.
Nice. When you accidentally have like a really genius idea. Oh yeah. We're doing this. We're doing this. I don't care. The part can be 1 hour long. I don't care.
I suppose that will be enough for today.
Splendid spearwork. You are every bit the ideal of a nobleman. One who wields both lance and pen with equal aplomb.
Hubert, as ever, you manage to materialize when one least expects it. If you insist on showing up in the middle of training, do not complain if you find yourself mistakenly skewered.
Yes. Accidents do so often happen during such exercises. Why, you could stab the life out of me here and now and still readily explain it away as a mere accident.
What? What? Why?
Enough, Hubert. Even if you are joking. Although, I suppose it was I who first spoke flippantly. You have my apologies.
I am ever at a loss to reply when you insist on apologizing so earnestly. In any event, your training has a certain ghastly quality about it of late. I found myself curious what it was that so impelled you, and came to check on the situation.
I should think it obvious. The climax of this war is upon us. Thus, I have to focus myself all the more, and work vigorously toward ultimate victory. I do this for my comrades, for the Empire, and for a better future.
And perhaps for your departed father?
Why would you think that? The father I looked up to, the one who served as a pillar of the Empire, died long ago. The man we fought at Fort Merceus was nothing but a traitor who lost sight of how to live. At this point...
Listen to me, Ferdinand. If you wish to deny my claim, just tell me I am mistaken. As they say, those who protest overmuch admit the truth unwittingly.
That was not my intention. Yet I cannot deny there is a part of my heart which thinks exactly that.
You have changed. Well, no. Your true nature has not changed a bit. You are stubborn as ever, but there now also exists a rather flexible side to your personality.
And you never change. And have not since the days when I was an ignorant young man. Since that time, you have proceeded unerringly along this road at Edelgard's right hand. But now all walk that same path. And it is the two of you who stand at the vanguard.
If you have something to say, dispense with the flattery and speak plainly.
Fine. I mean to join you both at the forefront. So our Emperor will have loyalty at both her right and left. We shall be Hubert and Ferdinand, the twin jewels of the Empire.
Yes, let's go!
The twin jewels of the Empire?
Was it truly so amusing?
He doesn't even know what he has to say to that. He's like... he's speechless. Oh man. Okay, I really like the... in Fire Emblem Three Houses, the twin jewels ending, like when you have Ferdinand and Hubert as their closest allies, and they become the twin jewels of the Empire. You know, that was really cute. I like that. They should just don't separate them. Don't. But okay. Oh my god, this part is way too long, but I don't care. I am just happy that I got my Ferdinand supports. And the next time we're gonna actually do some missions and do some fighting and gameplay and stuff. And honestly, I don't even know how many chapters we have left. Like, we're at what, 14? Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh god, next time I have to be careful again. But yeah, this was a whole lot of nothing, except for like the best support conversations. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the part anyway. What is your favorite support from these? I mean, honestly, I've been quite happy with these. We've got all of them were quite cute. It's such a shame because I feel like the quality of the support is actually really good in this game. Like, for example, Fire Emblem Fates has some really weird and like unnecessary support, but like this game has some really strong support, I feel like. But then also at the same time, like character pairings that have like one conversation, and that's such a shame because I feel like the writing is pretty good in this one. I mean, mostly, of course, there were some lesser important ones, but still. Like, even the fun ones were, like, nice. I don't know. I feel like... I mean, maybe they are better because they don't have to force anything, so there's no filler, but... I don't know. I just wish there was more. That's all there is. I mean, honestly, I feel like this wouldn't be nearly as frustrating. Wait, main character is a bad example. Like, if, for example, if Ferdinand and Edelgard only had a C and a B support and no A support, I feel like this would be not as frustrating. Or, I guess a B and an A support. I mean, I get kind of what they were going for, because you unlock this only after the last chapter, like we did. But they could have just had the B support for that, and then locked the A support until now. Or like the C support before that and locked the B support until now. I feel like this wouldn't be as frustrating. Or like with Petra, it's just a C support and that's it. Or here, just a C support. I would still be like, what? Just a C support? But you know, at least it doesn't feel like that there should be more. Like this just feels like a scam. Like these two, for example. I mean, Freddy's alright, at least those are true. Leonard would be alright if the C support was a conversation. Honestly, that Hubert has only 2 support conversations is a crime. I think that is literally a crime. Wait. I mean, they also only have 2. I mean, I guess it's fine. At least they have 2 good support conversations, but still. I don't know. It feels kind of odd. So I just wish I had more. I mean, obviously you guys probably wish we didn't have more, because I already have a lot of just support parts. But hey, at least whenever I play the other routes, we have less supports to go through. I mean, at least all the main character ones, and whenever we recruit people. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I've been talking too much, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!